Wait, what am I doing here? Taking Back Sunday is back with their 8th studio album entitled 152. I believe that is a reference to the highway that is near a town where the whole band met. First album in 7 years, came out on 10/27, so a few days ago. It is the first on their new label, Home Fantasy. I will be honest with you, I am not a diehard Taking Back Sunday fan. In general, I don't listen to a ton of emo or pop punk, but was excited to hear this album come out. I recently saw Taking Back Sunday on tour. They're a great live band. I was excited to hear this one. And we're hearing a revival in the pop punk scene and just in rock in general, with these legacy bands coming back after really long hiatuses. We had Blink-182 a week ago. Now we have Taking Back Sunday. Green Day's even coming out with an album eventually. So curious to see how some of these bands are trying to go back to basics, completely evolve and do something crazy, or have a blend of both, and that's what you'll find with 152. I am going to rank all 10 songs from least best to best in my humble opinion. I encourage you to comment some of your favorite songs, or if you agree or disagree with my rankings. Let's do this. As a very positive person, it surprised even myself that I would have Lightbringer with the most optimistic title ever as the lowest of the rankings. Aside from the name, this song itself falls a little bit flat. It has a nice kind of California surf vibe to it, but there's not really anything new going on. It's not that exciting. If I never heard it again, I wouldn't really be sad about it. In the context of the album, it fits in great. It fits the overall mood of 152. It doesn't really have enough to offer to me to revisit it. Not to say I would skip it if it came on, I just wouldn't actively play it. However, I will say that Lightbringer has a nice build to it, and the final choruses are really nice. It's kind of a nice crescendo. It's still very chill. However, within this chill vibe, there is a nice build and delivery. You hear Adam shouting the lyrics at the end, which is pretty cool. That's about it. Next at 9, I have the lead single of the album, The One. This is a cheesy one. It is meant to serve as this very emotional return for the band. I'm sure Taking Back Sunday fans ate this one up, but for me, without being a Taking Back Sunday fan, listening to it, it's very predictable. It reminds me of kind of like a Coldplay B-side. I love Coldplay, so that's not necessarily an insult. The One has that dun 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 build to it. There's a nice crescendo. Adam sounds great vocally. It's just a bit generic for me. If the whole idea of it was to build anticipation for their return, then mission accomplished. It does that. But outside of that context, The One doesn't really have much going for it. New Music Friday, another title that I really like, and this song is very pop rock vibes, kind of like a Lighthouse type song where it has a very slow build. It's emotional. Adam is singing, do you need somebody else? So it's actually deeper than the title New Music Friday. You wait about 1:20 until you hear this drop that feels cheesy, but it works. It works for me. It's a positive drop. It's got some nice strumming guitars. The drums kick in a little bit, and it's a fun one. It's emotional, but makes you feel good at the same time, and I think that categorizes a lot of Taking Back Sunday. I would revisit this song. The band throws enough twists and turns in it, and it's very short, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, to still keep it entertaining, and for those reasons and its sound quality, it's a pretty fresh tune. Now that I think about it, the outro of New Music Friday reminds me very much of The Killers with some of their more dance rock type songs. Now things are getting juicy. With ranked 7th overall, Juice to me, interesting tune. I feel like at first it's kind of lulling you to sleep. There are some cool drums that start picking up and like make you feel a little more awake, but the pre-chorus is so like wish-washy that you're like, oh, okay. All the momentum that is building in this short song kind of draws to a close. But then the chorus brings things back, and it's a fun one. It's an anthem. And now that you're gone, I'm glad you're gone. Not the most incredibly deep song, but it doesn't need to be. These are simple emo, pop punk, whatever you want to call them, type lyrics, and the song is effective. It is catchy, and if this is new Taking Back Sunday, I'm here for it. It's a breakup song that evolves into more complicated territory, so by the end, Adam's singing, I love you, but I'd rather live without you. This isn't a, you're the worst, I'm better without you. It's like, I still care about you, but we gotta split. Despite some simplistic lyrics, Juice to me is full of depth, and in just 3 minutes and 14 seconds, you don't think there's a lot of time to really expand on a soundscape, but the band does a great job of it. The outro is really beautiful, and big ups to their drummer Mark O'Connell, who does a great job of bringing this vibe together. It's atmospheric and it's kind of contemplative, but the drums provide this nice consistency to it. Surprising depth on an otherwise, on the surface, might look generic. Holy Wedding Songs, Batman, I Am the Only One Who Knows You is a beautiful melodic ballad. It is so much better than the other ballad, The One, in my opinion. This melody is timeless. It gets stuck in your head. Lyrically, it's beautiful. I'm pretty surprised this hasn't been released as a single, and I'd be even more surprised if Taking Back Sunday fans did not use this for their wedding. I'm not going to break down the lyrics here because from the title, you know where this is going. It is very lovey-dovey. A lot of production on his voice, I think, but regardless, he does a great job. And the rest of the band compliments him. They're definitely letting Adam shine on this one, but slow dance, grab your partner, and hold each other. Beautiful tune. Don't slap me, but this one's also giving me Coldplay vibes. Entering in the top 5 is Quit Trying, and despite its very emo song title, is very positive and uplifting. So it addresses a past where you quit trying, but now you're always going to find your way. So very inspirational lyrics from Adam, and again, another song that's right around the 3 minute and 15 second mark. The band fits in a lot of creativity within it. Definitely starts with Mark O'Connell on drums once again. He is mixing up the drum patterns a lot, and I think it adds a lot of flair to the song. Adam is cooking in this one. He has a great flow that really progresses throughout, and he's unpredictable in his deliveries. It is not the same melody over and over in the verses, so I think he does a great job of changing it up in such a short song. The chorus hits really hard. When you hear I Just Quit Trying, and then the drums, the bass, and guitar all come in, it's a nice, slow head nodder. You can hear a lot of the emotion in Adam's voice, and he is an emotional singer. A lot of times you feel a lot of positive vibes. In Quit Trying, you hear regret, but you also hear determination and willpower. Yet another surprisingly deep tune. There is, however, this oh me, oh my kind of chant that starts in the beginning of the song, is after I think the first chorus and towards the bridge. Not crazy about that, but I'm willing to let it go because the rest of the song is that good. The album opener is ranked number 4th overall, Amphetamine Smiles. Now, I think it's very high risk, high reward opening an album with an acoustic song. I've heard it crash and burn, and other times it's worked really well. In this case, it works very well. This song is delightful. It's a great way to open the album. It instantly sets the mood and you know what you're going to expect. Much like the cover, it makes you feel like you're by the ocean. Very California, breezy, chillin' vibe. And what's really cool is the first verse and chorus are very serious lyrically. And a minute and 20 in, once the drums come in and things start getting up-tempo, you hear some more tongue-in-cheek lyrics, and I like that. It's like a bridge of like the new and the old combining. Lines like, half-drunk Messiah with a smile on her face, she told me not to take them pills. I said, girl, you have no faith in medicine. The lyrical tone shifts back and forth, and ultimately it pays off. This is a delightful track. It is already making me miss the summer. The choruses evolve into like a campfire sing-songy chorus, but it works. It's not cheesy. Once again, compare this to the one where it doesn't really work for me as a ballad. Amphetamine Smiles just is a chill, casual pop rock song that is also very well crafted and well thought out. We're dabbling in wordplay. Ranked 3rd overall is Sold, and that stands for so old. So the opening lines, you're going to get sold, you're going to get so old. It might be generic, but for this guy in his 30s, I can vibe with it. It sounds good. Taking Back Sunday fans who have been around from the beginning no doubt feel like they're getting a little older. So I like that this is a bit nostalgic, but it's also acknowledging where their fan base is now. They've grown together over the years, no doubt. It's not trying to recapture some old flames. This is very much a present in the now. Here we are and still loving life and enjoying it. Musically speaking, this is nostalgic. It is pop punk vibes. It's upbeat. Adam is singing over a great bass line by Sean Cooper, and everyone's kind of trucking along. So nice strum to it. The chorus slows things down, which is effective. Sometimes I don't like when a chorus steals the momentum of a track, but the very simple hook of Sold makes it worth it, and it's a nice break. Eventually you're going to get that big giant chorus where the band is just full pop punk mode, and that is great. And I think without the quieter choruses, the bigger choruses towards the end wouldn't pack as much of a punch. So great songwriting there, great decision making in yet again another really short song. It's a good message. You're going to get so old anyway, eventually. It's inevitable, so you might as well have fun, enjoy life. This is going to be a great live song. The vibes are at an all-time high, and if anything, this song kind of justifies Taking Back Sunday's existence and still making new music. They're proving that they don't have to make what they used to make before. They're alive, they are present, and they're making music for people to enjoy. Ranked number 2 overall is The Stranger. It is the album closer, and I have read that this is a fan pleaser, and I'm not necessarily a Taking Back Sunday fan, yet it pleases me. I enjoy it. This is an upbeat, unifying song, no doubt going to be in their live set list, and it's very much about their relationship with their fan base, which is really cool. Sometimes songs like that come off really cheesy. I think this one works really well. It had been 7 years between albums, so I think enough time has passed for them to write a song called The Stranger. It features some great ska, pop punk, guitars that keep things upbeat and fun while Adam is singing. Stranger is also dealing with topics of the day-to-day grind. Why does it have to be so hard? Do you feel lonely? Things shouldn't be this difficult. So very easy themes to unify people with, and I don't think that they're generic. They might not be the most deep statements, but it works. Taking Back Sunday pulls it off. They're very easy to love. Adam also sings Don't Treat Me Like a Stranger, right? And we've been through a time of isolation, so being reacquainted with people, or Taking Back Sunday being reacquainted with their fans through their new tours and their new album, it's really nice. It's an emotional song that might tug at the heartstrings a little bit, but still has enough positivity to make this a fun song to add to their set list. Get ready to start chanting your best O's to this song. Keep Going immediately starts with something that might seem very cheesy and generic, which are those O chants. I thought I would not like this song at all, yet it is ranked number 1. Keep Going. Once you get through that intro, things pick up immediately in a very frantic pace compared to the rest of the songs in this album. There is urgency. Adam is singing lyrics in a very fast way, but also throwing his voice around a little bit, which I really like when he does that. It sounds more natural for him. It sounds a little more emotional. The main hook features this kind of keyboard riff surrounded by the rest of the band just chugging along. Taking Back Sunday had their fans in mind when they made this song. It's also about going through life's troubles and feeling like people don't understand your perspective, right? So being misunderstood, that probably applies to a lot of the Taking Back Sunday fan base. Keep Going is emotional, it's urgent, it's up-tempo, and very refreshingly different from the rest of the album. The rest of the album kind of coasts. Keep Going pushes the momentum forward. It's going to be a great song live. It easily fits in with the band's earlier hits. 152 is a brisk 10 songs at an even more brisk 31 minutes and 11 seconds. This album is fun. It's enjoyable to listen to. I think Taking Back Sunday fans probably love it. For me, who's not really an emo pop punk fan, I still like it. I think I will be revisiting some of these songs, especially some of them in the middle section. I think Quit Trying and Amphetamine Smiles are really great. Sold and The Stranger are good too. And Keep Going, that's just classic Taking Back Sunday. Some of my complaints about this album are it is a bit overproduced. You can hear some auto-tune and you can tell Adam's voice is being cleaned up. I prefer it a little more raw, but regardless, he still sounds great. And his deliveries are as emotional as ever. It's not like he's off-brand. The rest of the band is tight. Maybe they take more of a back seat and let the melodies really shine in 152. For all of these reasons, I have scored this album a 7.8 out of 10. So really strong score. Not quite as good as Blink-182's comeback album. Not to compare, but they're from the same era, similar styles. And again, I can appreciate that Taking Back Sunday is not trying to recapture their old sound or that old magic. They've moved on and they're evolving as a band. They are now much more of a pop rock band than a pop punk band. And I'm fine with it. I need to be in the mood. It is not really heavy enough for me, but still a solid 7.8 out of 10. I'm glad that this album exists. I want to see what you all have to say. I know I have a lot of rockers and metalheads here, so curious to see what you think about yet another pop punk, pop rock album that I have reviewed. So let me know in the comments. Please be sure to smash that subscribe button. I appreciate you all, and once again, I will see you next time.